Picture this. It was late summer 1995. For the past year, I'd been dating a blind guy named Bob. He had long, wavy blonde hair and was making his living as a rock musician, playing in four different bands with gigs every weekend. My parents thought I was crazy. Even though I'd gotten my music degree, Bob was living with his parents, saving up his money to buy their house when they retired. I later realized he was saving for a little something for me as well. After college, he had also been searching for that elusive real job to help start his career. Enter MicroLine Incorporated, the epitome of a startup. MicroLine was started by Larry and Anthony, two 20-something brothers, and their friend Tom from high school, who began the company at a kitchen table and expanded it to the family barn. Larry managed the sales team, Anthony developed the technology, and Tom was the CEO. After Larry had hired and then fired his own sister to dramatic effect the first week on the job, Larry offered Bob a job in the sales department, working only on commission, and Bob took a chance and signed on. MicroLine managed a database of inventory from clients in the components industry. At first, the company was on such a shoestring budget that they didn't have dedicated phone lines. So transferring a call meant Bob would have to remain on the line silently while Larry or Tom talked to a client on the extension. Sometimes Percy, the family cat, would walk across Bob's keyboard while he was working. The barn was drafty and had a leaky roof, and Bob had to bat potato bugs out of his long hair. Each month, the company had a pizza party where they packaged CD-ROMs to share with their clients to update their inventory in the database. Before long, the company had grown enough clients to the point that they needed additional sales staff. A key business component, particularly in a startup business, is flexibility. While sales were not Bob's strength, by the time MicroLine had continued to develop their sales department, they had sufficient clients to create a customer service department for Bob to manage. A few months later, MicroLine changed their name to PowerSource Online and was able to expand into an actual office in a spacious two-story townhouse. Within 18 months, the staff had increased from 4 to 14, and Bob noticed Tom and Anthony were going on golfing trips in January. I forgot to tell y'all, he lived in New Jersey at the time, where the golfing is plentiful, but not in the winter. In March of '97, Bob called me and said, "It looks like PowerSource Online is going to be acquired by Aurora Electronics in San Diego." So I asked what were the chances of Bob having to move to California, and he said, "About 99%. He then asked if I would be willing to leave my job and move with him to California. So now it was my turn to take a chance. I thought about it, and I said I would. At the time, I was living with relatives in New York who knew Bob pretty well, but at that point, he had not yet met my father and brand new stepmother. They were somewhat less than thrilled, but had no choice but to stand back and watch while a dizzying timeline unfolded. On March 22nd, Bob officially proposed to me. On April 10th, Aurora Electronics flew Bob and me and the other employees and spouses out to San Diego to set up housing and office space while enjoying the sunshine, hotel pool, and hot tub, things you can't enjoy in New Jersey in April. By the end of May, Bob began his new job in San Diego, and together we spent untold amounts of pre-unlimited data and cell phone calls on planning our wedding, securing new employment for me here at San Diego Opera, and merging two households into one. We were married on September 6, 1997, and enjoyed 24 beautiful and temperate years in San Diego before we retired and moved to Tennessee. I am forever grateful that Bob took a chance on a startup.